Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Jumputi Heroes news video. Today we're going to be talking about the 19 million download celebration. Before we get started, I've been advised by our lawyers to ask you to please subscribe if you haven't already, and please like the video as it will help motivate me to get more content out over the festive period. Without further delay, let's talk about this because I did make a few videos in the countdown to this, predicting what we might see for Christmas, talking about, you know, the little updates and little not leaks, but like the character teasers, character reveals as they came out. And the final product for this event, I must be honest, wasn't quite what I expected. It was very different. Especially if you look at that first predictions video, I did not hit the mark on that at all. But some interesting things to discuss here, and I guess the first thing is, as mentioned in the roadmap, they said this would be a new type of event, and it is indeed a new type of event. It is split into 3 sections: Rivals, Christmas, and Year End. And these 3 sections each sort of have their own limited tied to them. It's not quite as straightforward as that because you have 2 characters that kind of relate to Christmas. Sasuke is definitely supposed to be from the Rivals section, and then I don't know. It's a I like the idea, but I can see why some people are not particularly hot on the execution. We'll talk about the event in full. I have updated this news post since the event has come out because they did a bunch of stuff. They added a bunch of stuff. So best to just put everything in here and then we could talk about everything. So first things first is the 19 million downloads Rivals Twitter campaign. You can be one of 3 lucky players to win 1 million yen worth of rubies, which is 204,000 rubies, just by retweeting this tweet and following the official Jumputi Heroes Twitter account. Now I am assuming, because this has been branded as the Rivals Twitter campaign, that we will get one for Christmas and we will get one for year end. So I guess that means 9 players out of all of the Jumputi Heroes players, 9 players potentially getting 204,000 rubies. Good luck to everybody. I've never won any of these Twitter raffles, and I certainly haven't seen anyone win the big jackpot in our little community. So I'm hoping that I get to at least once just see somebody I know win one of these and just be set for, I mean, 204,000 rubies, that's gonna last. That is gonna last. Then next up we have the official website. So the 90 million downloads website, it opened on the day the event dropped, and it has a few rewards tied to it. And I put all the information on the website on OCHD. You can sort of circumvent it by just clicking the links. A lot of people don't like messing with the website because, as you can see, it's all in Japanese. I have included screenshots that show you what you have to do. You just have to click that button for this one, and for one of the other ones it's a little bit more involved, but there's a guide there if you want to do it properly with the link to the website, and if you don't want to do it properly, there's a link to do it the other way that'll just take you straight to the prompt. All you have to do is click run the game, and after a quick log in, log back out of Jumputi, you might have to just close the game quickly, reopen it. You should have your reward. So let's talk about the rewards, because there's 3 rewards, and I think there is a little bit of confusion about some of these, and I think it's understandable, and it might be slightly my fault, might be slightly the devs' fault, there might be a few different parts to this, but let's just talk about it in full. So the first reward is a ticket for the 2nd Jumputi selection. Now, to be clear, when we say selection, we are not talking about a choice ticket. You will not be able to choose the character. It is possible that they might be generous, and when the campaign actually drops, which is on the 18th, they might decide to give us one of these limited for free. I highly doubt they will let us choose one, but if they're feeling generous, they might give us one. I'm not sure, but this ticket in particular, which is the one they have given us, and if you took part in the voting a couple of months back, you'll have two of these. You'll have the one from this website and the one from the original voting website. So two. You can get more, but seemingly they're only from a paid pack. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. And this ticket seems to just guarantee you one 5-star unit. That's what it says on the banner. It says guaranteed 5-star character. You have a chance to get the limiteds. I mean, you can see the limiteds on the banner. You can also see Boruto and Piccolo on the banner because it's not a guaranteed limited ticket. I don't know necessarily if they are going to give us a free limited from this selection. There is another ticket that gives you a free limited, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But this ticket just gives you a chance. It gives you one 5-star unit and you have a chance to get one of the 8 from the selection. Now, when you collect this, it won't be immediately usable. With the other rewards, like these ones down here, they will stay in your gift box until you click on them and you use them from your gift box. This item, when you click collect, it will go to your inventory. That's because the banner for this ticket doesn't drop till the 18th. So on the 18th, this banner will show up in the gacha section and you'll be able to use the ticket. But until then, it will just be in your inventory. So don't be surprised if it's not disappeared. It's in your inventory and you will be able to use it. You just have to wait. So for the guaranteed limited, this ticket, and they quite often give these out in like major celebrations, and I really do appreciate it because it's a very nice reward. It is 10 random 5-star units, one of which is guaranteed to be limited. To be clear, it does not guarantee you a unit that is from the selection up here. It just guarantees you a limited unit. I've seen a few people pulling, and they've just got a bunch of like random limiteds. Like I think it is just random. There's some 2021 units in there for sure, and some of the units in the selection are present in it, but there's no way for us to check the rates on the limiteds because they haven't put it on there. They've only put the rates for the standard 5-star units. I guess because technically only one unit in the multi gives you a limited and the rest will give you a 5-star, and there's no chance of getting a limited in any of the other parts of the summon. I assume that's why they've done it like that. So you just get a limited. You just get a limited. Now, the way this campaign works, a little bit different to the other two. They're asking you to interact with the website, interact on Twitter, and you are supposed to enter your name and enter your quote-unquote special attack name. So basically, if you were a character in Jumputi Heroes, what would your name be? What would your special attack be called? And then when you press the button, it will figure out who your rival is. So I entered my name as OCHD and my special attack is Please Give Ticket. And my rival was Trafalgar Law from One Piece. Very, very cool. Then you click post to Twitter. It will give you the prompt to open up Twitter, but just like if you don't want to post it, just click back. If you do want to post it, obviously go to Twitter. And then when you return to the website, you will see this button here. And you click that, and just as before, you just where did I put it? You just open it on the device you play Jumputi on, and when prompted, click run the game. So to be clear, all of this website stuff, you should be doing it on the device you play Jumputi on. For this one, it will give you the link, even if you don't do it on the device you play Jumputi on. You just have to copy and paste the link. For this one, you won't be able to fill it out unless you are on the actual phone website. And yeah, just open the link and open the game. And then this final one, a double 6-star ticket. And this one has some 2021 units on it. It goes quite far along in the pool. Not quite up until the most recent events, but I think possibly to just before 100 Fest or something like that. So it's quite far along. You get 2 guaranteed 6 stars, so I mean, it's free. At the end of the day, it's free, but you could get lucky and get something quite decent in here, which is nice. And again, as before, just click the button. Alternatively, just click there. All good. So 3 very nice rewards from the website. It's possible that they are going to add more rewards later. I don't really know, but keep an eye out. Keep an eye out on our Twitter account. Obviously, if they do post any rewards, I will post it on there, and that's linked in the description. And also the Jumputi Heroes Discord. Again, the link in the description. And of course the news post will be down there as well for anybody that needs to click any of the links and stuff like that. So this is already starting off as a pretty good event for beginners. If you're new to the game and you're joining during this event, you're in for quite a treat. You're going to get a lot of goodies to get you started. And moving on from there, we know the next event is 20 million downloads. That's probably going to be very tasty for beginners too. So very, very nice. Moving on from the goodies, let's talk about the event proper. So as you would expect with an event that is split into 3 parts, there are 3 login bonuses. The first login bonus for rivals, and then for Christmas, then for year end. And the beautiful part about this is, while yes, this one does start on the 14th, they all end on the same day, on the 31st. And what that means is you will actually be able to, I think, start maybe a week late, maybe more than that, and still get all the login bonus rewards. So even if you're seeing this video a little bit late, you'll still be able to get all the rewards from the login bonus, which I think is pretty cool. And there's not that much time restricted stuff in this event. There's like one little missions part that's a little bit time restricted, but for the most part, you'll just be able to jump in whenever you want, which I think is really cool. And the tickets you get from that let you summon on this gacha here. Now, sadly for the veteran players, this does not have an updated pool. We are going to be getting a lot of summons on this gacha, but no 2021 units in there. So really just take this as an opportunity to get a lot of dupes for some of the better characters you maybe haven't maxed out yet. And for newer players, this is incredible because you're just going to get so many 5-star units to add to your account. And I know we say, oh, there's no 2021 units in there, but some of the 2020 units are still very good. Some of the 2019, 2018 units are still very good. So, and I mean, even on the banner, like one of the best supports in the game, Torpedo Girl, she's on there. Like if you any of the like PvP specific supports like Boruto and Jody, they're on there. Like there are definitely some very good units on there. You don't want to miss out. Especially if you're new, you don't want to miss out. So I think they said how many tickets you get for that. It's a lot. I know it's a lot, and it's subject to change as well because there is an event where it's like a community based thing, and that's going to give us even more tickets. So pretty cool. And then we have the first event, which is the daily stage. Clear the stage, get the 90 million downloads ticket. Pretty straightforward. This event, not so straightforward. It's an exchange event. You collect the 3 different items and you can trade them at the store for various rewards. We have events like this all the time. However, this is also a community campaign event. And the idea with this is that there is a mountain of tickets to be given away. And you have to earn your right to your share of those tickets. And the way you do that is by collecting these souvenir items. And the way to get these souvenir items is just to collect loads of these items within a set time period. So this was the only bit that's a little bit time restricted, I mentioned before. These items here, I've listed the missions here, so if you need to check them, they are all on the website. But it's pretty straightforward. The first item you need to collect the fists for, the second item you need to collect the Santas for, and the third item you need to collect the soba noodles for. Now, each of those items will essentially put you in for your share of the tickets for each of these sections. So for section 1, the burning friendship, 40 million tickets, or sorry, 4 million tickets, to be divided by everybody that collects this item. And then 5 million for the Christmas to be divided amongst everyone that gets the Christmas gifts. And then the final one, 10 million for everyone that gets the New Year's Eve belt. So this is the only part that's a little bit tricky, maybe if you haven't done one of these events before. But all you really need to know is these stages open on different days. I've got them written down here. And these different parts of the event kind of correspond with the different stages opening. Like this one opens a little bit late into part 1, but then this one pretty much opens like I think a day before part 2 starts, or the day part 2 starts, and then the same with this one, about the same part 3. So when these events drop, make sure to farm them prior to the next part of the event starting, and try and get at least 4,000 fists, sorry, as fast as you can. 5,000 Santas as fast as you can, and 6,500 soba noodles as fast as you can. There's all the boosted units. There's quite a few like free-to-play units on there, so it's not too bad. And they've included the characters from the Black Clover event from last week or so, so pretty nice of them. And yeah, I think most people should be able to get their share of the tickets. I don't know how many tickets it's realistically going to be, because it's in total 90 million downloads split between everyone that clears the stages, clears the missions. Is that going to be a lot? I don't know. But they've done this event before with rubies, and it's normally like a half decent amount of rubies, so maybe it'll be a half decent amount of tickets. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you do that, especially if you're a beginner, because you're not going to want to miss out on those tickets. And if you collect them all, you'll get a stamp. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Next up, we have the special missions. This is not time sensitive, except, you know, obviously you have to do it before the event ends. But we're quite fortunate in that you have a fair bit of time to do this. There's 3 sets of missions, one for each section of the event, and they're all fairly straightforward stuff. As I mentioned before, you'll want to collect the fists for the stage we just talked about, and that applies to each of these sections. The item you need to collect is going to be in these missions, so you need to be doing that anyway. You'll clear those straight away. The rest in part 1 just relate to the Transcendent class events that you can farm during part 1 and 2. So you'd be expecting to max those characters out anyway, so make sure you do that. The Christmas section, a little bit different. There are 2 characters to max here. Takeru might be a little bit tricky for new players, but with the amount of 5-star tickets they're giving us and the amount of goodies they're giving away, you might be able to beat it. We don't know how hard it is yet, so we shall see. You don't need to beat the highest difficulty, you need to beat the one below it, so you might be alright. Furuhashi will be pretty easy though, and this stage I believe is just basically just turn up and beat the stage. I know it says day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, but it's not strictly speaking time sensitive. You just have to wait until the days are open and then just clear them. Like it's not restricted, like you have to clear day 1 on a set day, you have to clear day 2 on a set day. If you come along on day 6, you'll be able to clear all 6 days, so that should be fine. And then the year end section, there's no actual farmable character for this part, I assume, because it's quite a small section and it's going to be taking us into the countdown to New Year. New Year, I think, might be a bigger event. So this stage is, again, it's a similar thing to this stage here. Just once all the stages are available, just clear all the stages and collect the noodles. And once you've done all of that and you've got these 3 badges of proof for doing all of that, you'll get this 19 million downloads emblem. What else do you get? Oh, that's right. If you collect the points, you can also trade those in for rewards at the store. So there's 600 rubies available and some tickets as well. They're very, very nice. And then the special campaigns. Now this part spans the whole event, or for the most part it spans the whole event. the one that's really important is the rank up rewards. Make sure, first of all, whether you've done these or not, once you unlock the mission, make sure to collect the reward, because it is time sensitive. You want to collect all these rewards prior to the end of this event. For new players, it's going to be impossible for you to reach some of these higher ranks, but just rank up as much as you can to get the additional rubies. If you're like me and you're reaching, like, I'm in the 400s, I think I'm level 403 or 404. Making that push to 420, I'm just not going to do it. It's not worth it. If you were close, it might be worth it. If you were like 419, 418, sure. But that many levels, to me, it's not worth it at all. And I'm going to get all these rewards anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's some nice rewards for sure. And then, again, for new players, very cool. They're doing double drop and triple drop on Hero Island. The triple drop is only for the last few days. I think last 4 days of December. And the last 4 days of this event. And I think that's because, as I mentioned before, there's no farmable character for that last part. And so I think what they're trying to do here is say, this is your last little stretch to farm legend summons. You got triple drops, which is very nice, but also a lot of people are going to be trying to level up, and you can get some EXP from story mode. So that might also be the incentive. Go and do story mode, because you'll level up and you'll also max out those legend summons you haven't finished yet. So kind of cool. Strengthening Island is half stamina. Again, for beginners, this is going to be huge. You can evolve all your characters. You're going to have a lot of stamina at the start, so just go nuts trying to evolve everything you can and try and take part in this event as much as possible. Then we've got a stamina campaign, which is going to give us 50 stamina twice a day, a total of 100 stamina. But you have to make sure you log in before 12, well, sorry, at 12 and at 6 each day. I think the reward is available for 24 hours after. I might be wrong. But that's how it seemed to be worded. So if you log in any time between 12 and then 11:59 the next day, you'll get the stamina for that day. And then the same again, 18 and 17:59 the next day. That's the way it was worded on the news post. So I think you do have a full day to collect the stamina. And 100 stamina a day, in addition to the 100 stamina you get from daily missions and stuff. There's going to be a lot of stamina going about. So make sure to at least try and clear what you can from this event, and then maybe use that excess stamina to do I don't know, to do some other stuff, I guess. Any farming you've been missing out on. Then the year-end gift campaign is going to double the number of friend points as stamina that are sent either via line for stamina or just via the friends list for friend points. New players definitely benefit from the friend points and the stamina. To be honest, veteran players do as well, but there is sort of you do get to a certain point where it's like, I can't be bothered to use my friend points. They haven't updated that gacha in so long, it's kind of annoying. On the plus side though, you do get a lot of scrolls and other little goodies, so it is worth doing, and you should be doing it, but I have personally not been doing it. And finally, after, how long has this video been? 25 minutes, Christ. After 25 minutes, we've finally gotten to the part where we're talking about new characters. So the first new character is a new Transcendent event, and it is Naruto, a new era Naruto Uzumaki from Naruto. There was I definitely saw some people saying this is a really weird choice, and I kind of half agree and half don't agree. My issue is, I don't know why you would add this unit now, knowing that there is a Naruto event in January. Like, after 20 million downloads, we are going into Naruto and Boruto. Probably like almost a month's worth of Naruto and Boruto. Maybe a bit less, but there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of Naruto and Boruto content. And we know we have more Naruto on the calendar for later in 2022. So just seems weird to include him here. But I personally think it is very cool that we're getting a lot of protagonists as farmables. I know Naruto already has 2 farmable versions, but there is definitely an argument that they are sort of special events. The New Year's Naruto comes back sporadically, and then the other Naruto, the Kid Naruto, doesn't come back that often. I don't know how he's implemented now. He used to be from a set stage, but I think they've changed it. But either way, he's not like a standard Transcendent class event. This Naruto is, and I think this adds to like a nice long list of protagonists we've got. We've got Tanjiro, we've got who else have we got? Alan Walker as a Transcendent. We've got Deku as a Transcendent. We've got 2 Luffys as catastrophes. Maybe we'll get a Transcendent Luffy at some point. We definitely need a Transcendent Goku. We probably need a new Ichigo. We still don't have a free-to-play Gon at all. We don't have a free-to-play Yusuke at all. Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho will be coming up later this year, so maybe... sorry, in 2022. But yeah, I think this is actually a pretty decent addition. I just think it's bad timing. Knowing that there's loads of Naruto stuff coming, it is bad timing. I do hope that all the protagonists get this sort of treatment. You get like a decent updated sprite, you get a farmable with a half usable kit, and it's a nice way to get new players into the game as well, because they're going to come in and they're just going to be like, oh cool, there's just a Naruto that I can just get, and he's not that hard to obtain, and it's pretty cool. And in addition to that, they've added like a special catastrophe stage for him. It's not the first time they've put a catastrophe on a Transcendent class event, but this is a little bit different, and I feel like this would be very, like I said, we might need a new Goku, we might need a new Ichigo, whatever. I hope they do that for all of these, so that there is a farmable version of all the major protagonists, and then they also get a special aura costume stage separate. I think that's really nice. That's a real treat. Whether they'll do it or not, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. If you're a new player, I wouldn't expect to beat this stage. If you pull for Sasuke, you might be alright. But generally speaking, this stage is going to be a little bit tricky unless you've got some decent units in your box already. But don't worry about that, because it's not got anything to do with the missions. You just got to clear this stage here, which is not going to be hard. Then we have Hikaru Shindo, a new version of Hikaru Shindo, Brilliant Nova from Hikaru no Go, as I mentioned before, giving us some farmable versions of protagonists we already have gacha versions of, and the sprite is so good. It's so good, and it's I talked about how I would love to see Bakuman get a new unit during this event, or at least at some point. I think my prediction was actually for New Year to get a Bakuman limited like dual unit or whatever. But if the Bakuman characters could get this kind of treatment on their sprites to make them look this good, I'm only making that comparison because it's the same artist. That would be amazing. Is it on the cards for that to happen? I don't know, but I hope it does happen at some point. And we haven't had much Hikaru no Go content at all. We had 1 unit up until this event. We had just version 1 Gacha Hikaru. Now we've got a farmable version. I think that's very cool. It's a very good sprite, and glad to see him there. I think a lot of people are sort of on the mindset of they were working on sprite reworks for a lot of characters, and it seems that they have repurposed a lot of those sprite reworks into new characters. So whether or not at some point version 1 Hikaru will get an updated sprite to look more like this, just in the clothing and with the animations he had of the version 1, or whether he will stay as he is and we will just continue to get new units with the updated sprite style. It's a bit hard to say. I think it is kind of likely that they're not going to go back and update the new units anytime soon, but if we're going to get new sprites to look like this, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. He looks very good, And again, it's another event you can clear quite easily, and pretty cool for the Hikaru no Go fans. You can have a 99 luck lead from Hikaru no Go. And that's the end of part 1. Now moving into part 2, which is Christmas themed. We start off with the Secret Santa event, a very Merry Christmas, based on a chapter of Jaguar. And the 2 rewards you can get are the Sakamo-chan keychain and the Hammer's self-portrait item. And one of these items, the keychain, gives skill experience to your characters, so will level up your character's skills. And the self-portrait will give you level EXP for your character, so it will level up, try and get them to level 99. I know which one I want more of. It is random which one you get. This is a daily stage, and you'll clear it and you'll get, I believe, just one of each, or one or the other at random. And I'm really hoping to get a lot of the keychain, because the keychain is good for skill EXP, which even at this point I still need loads of scrolls to max out all my characters, so that's great. In terms of the Hammer self-portrait, that's not very useful to me because I have so many books, but if you're a new player, I think yes, that would be quite useful. So either way, make sure to clear this event once a day. It runs for like 5 days, once a day. And then we have the Specialty Selection Christmas Stories. This stage will give the 90 million downloads tickets as a reward, but also it will allow you to experience some of the Christmas stories from Shonen Jump. They're going to have a few chapters of Shonen Jump series that are Christmas themed, and you'll be able to relive them by playing these stages. Obviously it's all in Japanese, but you can still see the visuals, and you might see a few series in there that you recognize, so kind of cool. And you might as well clear it anyway because you need the tickets. Then we have our second exchange event of this celebration. A certain X and the others enjoy Christmas, which is a We Never Learn exchange event. And you collect these mini Christmas trees and you trade them in for various rewards, including the brand new Orion's Radiance Fumino Furuhashi from We Never Learn. This is a bit of an odd one, to be honest, because I think when I was talking about my predictions, I definitely did not predict Fumino to be the farmable for Kirizu Sensei. It's a bit odd, I guess. I mean, it could have just been any of the girls, I suppose. If you want to choose one, you can. And this character definitely feels like it could have originally been a costume. You haven't seen her special animation yet because she's not out yet, but her special animation is from a different moment in the series entirely to the Christmas chapter. It's from the chapter where she is convinced by Nariyuki to confront her dad about she wants to study the stars, she loves the stars and all this stuff, and she gets like the old video up of her mum that she found on her computer, and that's a big moment for the character, an important plot point in the story. And then her standard costume is just her in a Christmas costume, and I can't remember if this is from the same chapter. I can't remember if she was wearing this costume and it like got ruined and it ended up as this costume, but very interesting choice, I think. But sure, it's fine, it's cool. The We Never Learn characters are always very, very expressive, and I know obviously the base sprite for this character basically would have been done because it won't have changed that much from when the We Never Learn Feature Festival happened earlier this year. But they've definitely changed the expressions a little bit, and they've changed the costume, they've added a little bit of flair, so it's cool in my books, it is cool. And for this event, the boosted characters, very nice actually. They haven't included any of the gacha units except for Kirizu Sensei, and they have also included some older gacha units, not from this event. And the older gacha units have been included because they are all characters that have Christmas costumes. So if you don't have any of the costumes yet, they are going to make the pearls available from this event. So you get some of the Christmas trees, trade it in for the pearls, and you can buy some of these Christmas costumes for Chopper, for Yami, for Onodera, for Ryoma, and for Karma. I think those are the only ones. Yeah, I think those are the only ones. And everyone else that boosts during this event is a farmable from this event. So I think it's a pretty nice selection there. Most beginners, I think all beginners will have Chopper, so you've at least got that 50% boost. So if you pick up Naruto, Hikaru, and Yamato, or Karma, or Furuhashi, you're going to get at least the standard 200% boost, because you can only have 4 characters boosting at one time. And I think most players are just going to have the 400% boost, but I think all players should be able to at least get the 400% quite easily. And then the people that pull for Kirizu Sensei will be able to get 450% boost. So this event's going to be a little bit easier for them. But pretty cool little event. And to top it off, Furuhashi has her own catastrophe stage. Now, this seems to be a choice made based on the fact that this event is split into 3 parts. There's 3 different limiteds, so it should have 3 different catastrophe stages. Bear in mind, this year we have had some events where the limited has countered maybe a difficult stage, but we didn't get a costume for it. Like, for example, Kenpachi in the Bleach event counters Unohana. You don't get a costume for that. We had events like Yuna's Haunted Hot Springs. We got the new limited Yuna. Doesn't counter anything. She was just a PvP unit. Whatever stage she was supposed to counter didn't come out, so there was no costume stage for that either. In this event, we have 3 separate costume stages. One is tied to a Transcendent event, one is tied to an exchange event, and one is a traditional catastrophe class event. So as I mentioned before, if you're a new player, probably wouldn't be expected to beat this stage. This is going to be a little bit trickier. But I think it's a very cool addition, and I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it. And then the next catastrophe class stage is Takeru Yamato from Ice Shield 21, a character who I was quite excited to see. He has quite a nice sprite. I think I'm pretty happy about his inclusion. The original Ice Shield 21, my guy, and this marks a landmark moment. Jumputi developers have remembered that sports series exist. Will they forget again until next year? I don't know, but it's cool. It is cool. I'm very glad to see him added. And this event, again, like I mentioned before, might be a little bit tricky for newer players. But I'm hoping that by the time this event rolls around, which is the 26th, by then, if you're a new player, you will have got a lot of stuff that should help you. So hopefully you'll be able to max them out. If you can't, you're not expected to beat the hardest stage because that's the costume stage. If you can't beat the one below the hardest stage, you might still be able to max the character out by doing the stage below that. But try your best to beat the stage just below the highest difficulty. And he's got a nice little aura costume as well. Very cool. More Ice Shield 21 content, please. At some point, I know we've just got some. I don't want to get too greedy, but very, very cool. Then the final login bonus of this event, the year-end login bonus, same as the ones before, gives you more 90 million downloads tickets. But as you can see here, all of them end on the 31st, so you could roll up and get all these rewards just by, even if you turn up like a week late. So very nice. The Jumputi year-end fortune telling event. So this event is yet another daily stage. This is the 3rd daily stage for this event. And this happened last year. They released this last year. And it is a 2-part event. So part 1 is going to be in the lead up to the new year. And then part 2 will start on New Year's Day and go until the 12th. So that's why the exchange period ends on the 19th, because it ends a week after. That's how most exchanges do end. They end a week after the event is unavailable. The event stops becoming available, I should say. So that is going to have a lot of rewards for it, because you're going to be able to farm for the 4 days leading up to New Year, and then the 12 days after that. So I think we're going to get a lot of goodies in the store. If I recall, there are tickets and there are rubies in there, and I don't know what else is in there. But basically, it's a fortune game You play the stage. If you get good fortunes, they're going to be tradable for better rewards, and if you get bad fortunes, you'll still get rewards, but lesser rewards. So make sure to clear that every day. Then the take a look back on 2021 stage. This is going to run through all of the events of 2021. You'll get to take a look back at all the stuff we've seen this year. And for clearing these stages, you'll be able to get tickets from the events that they're looking back on. So when they look back at January, they'll talk about Naruto and they'll talk about Dr. Stone, and you'll get a Dr. Stone ticket to summon on. And I think it's going to be the same for all of... I don't know how many stages there are. I think it's like 5 or 6. And I think you'll get a ticket for each one. So very cool. And you'll also get an emblem for clearing all the stages. Oh, 5 stages. There you go. 5 stages. This is right there. The bonus Unity battle, end of year cleaning. You know, I want to say, not to toot my own horn, but shout out to me. Because even though all my character predictions were wrong, I did say that they might have some inspirations on like Japanese traditions and stuff, and the year-end stuff, you know, clearing all the trash at the end of the year. I did say that in one of the videos that might be one of the inspirations for this event, and the year-end soba, which was another one, and the fortune draws, that was another one. Although that's kind of cheating because they did that last year, but as you can see, some of my stuff was not entirely wrong. The character guesses were all wrong though. Unity Battle, sometimes Unity Battle can be a bit tricky. However, in this instance, it's a bonus Unity Battle, and the way those normally work is you can't die on them, and you're just supposed to try and rack up as many points as you can. The opponent will like give you buffs and stuff to try and help you beat them, and the rewards are better. So they normally only do the bonus one during major events. You're going to get better rewards, and it's going to be easier to do. So that's pretty nice. It's only on for a few days though, so bear that in mind. And I guess it makes sense that trash bags don't fight back. I don't know, but yeah, just make sure to at least get the major rewards. If you take a look, you'll be able to see where the major rewards are. At least try and get those. Shouldn't be too difficult. Shouldn't be too difficult. There are a bunch of reprinted events on right now. Some of these will in fact help you with some of the stages that are available. Some of these events are stuff that doesn't come back that often. So if you're missing out on any of those events, make sure to do it. There was a huge list. I really didn't want to type them all out. So if you just go and get them, you'll be able to see them, and you'll know which ones you do and don't have. So just, you know, something to do, especially with the extra stamina we have. If there's any you've missed, something to do. 90 million downloads tower boost. Oh, I am not looking forward to this. I am not looking forward to this. Considering there's 3 new limiteds, yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. So look forward to the 90 million downloads tower boost. All the characters from this event getting boosted. How fun this will be. Now let's talk about a gacha. We have 3 limited gacha, as I mentioned, and the first one, which is available right now, is Sasuke Uchiha, a new Sasuke Uchiha, and I love the smug face that he's got. It's a good, it's a good face. I'm not pulling for this. Well, I may do a 500 summon. If I do a 500 summon, I'll include that at the end of the video, but. I don't think I will be going for him. I certainly won't be going 9 multis for him. I think it's cool that we've got a limited Sasuke, because I know a lot of people want one, and I know one does exist, but it's like seasonal and it rarely comes back. And whenever they do one of those things where it's like all of the limiteds are available on this banner, he's almost never there. So it's kind of lame. Look, there's a new one here. There's a new one. It's fine. You've got a Sasuke Uchiha available as a limited. It's Amaterasu, it's Susanoo. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. A lovely little sprite. He's got some pretty decent animations. If you do like the character, there you go, there he is. Now, a word of warning on this. The Sasuke ends on the 23rd. The other 2 limiteds end at the end of the event, but Sasuke ends on the 23rd. So be very careful with your rubies and such, because If you get to like the 5th multi or 6th multi and you don't get him, then you're out of luck, because that's going to reset the next time he turns up. So make sure that if you're going to go for him, you have enough rubies to get to the 9th multi. If you just want to test your luck and you know you're not going to get to 8,250 rubies, which is what you need for 9 multis, if you're just going to test your luck, maybe you do the first single, maybe you do the first multi. If you're really feeling risky, maybe you do up to the 3rd multi. But if you do up to the 3rd multi and you don't get him, and you don't have enough rubies to get to the 9th multi, then you have to stop here. If you go any further, you're just wasting rubies, in my opinion. You might get lucky, but it's not worth it. It's 100% not worth it. Then next up we have Kirizu Sensei as a limited, a beautiful sprite. Again, arguably could be a costume, the same as Fumino Furuhashi, because her sprite costume and her special animation costume are completely different. So it does sort of feel like it could have been a costume for her. They could have been 2 separate units or something. But it's fine. Very cool to see her getting added. Very cool that We Never Learn is getting a limited. And I mean, she's not my favourite, to be honest. If we're being 100% honest, my favourite character is Rizu, and I think the best matchup for Nariyuki was Furuhashi. Not a big fan of the sensei. I mean, she's okay. She's okay. But yeah, pretty big for the We Never Learn fans. Very nice addition. But again, even though I like this series, I will not be summoning, because I have to summon for limited Senna, the Christmas Bowl limited gacha. I have to summon for him. Love Ice Shield 21, and it gets like no support on this game. So the fact that we're getting a limited is insane. The fact that we're getting a sports series limited out of nowhere is insane. And his sprite is SSS mega tier. One of the best sprites I've ever seen in this game. I love Yusuke Murata's art. And, you know, if you've not read Ice Shield 21, I do kind of feel bad because it's not readily available. Part of why it's not readily available is because it's not actually on the Shonen Jump Plus service in Japan. So normally you would be able to rent chapters of Shonen Jump manga directly from Weekly Shonen Jump's website on the Shonen Jump Plus service. However, for Ice Shield 21, that is not available, and you would instead have to buy the digital volumes in Japanese on Amazon. And it's like on the Kindle app or whatever, and that's kind of not great. There's a few series where that is the case, but most of those series are sort of like much older, or they're with artists that have since moved on from Shonen Jump. And you know, stuff like when we did Moeru Onisan, or we did Hochonin Ajihei, you know, series that didn't make out of Japan, didn't really break the West, series that, you know, happened a long time ago. So it's not that unexpected for those series, but in the case of Ice Shield 21, I think it was quite popular. It had quite a popular anime. It is drawn by Yusuke Murata, who is one of the best artists. Well, I mean, I'm a little bit biased. I'm a big fan, but he is one of the best manga artists. And he works on, if you haven't read it, One Punch Man. The art on there is insane. If you've ever seen any of the like special art spreads he's done, that is insane. He even did like a Shonen Jump Marvel thing, which was incredible. Like, he's done so much stuff and it looks so good. And not only that, it is written, the story is written by Inagaki Sensei, who did Dr. Stone. And if you've read Dr. Stone, it's pretty good. Inagaki has had the fortunate career. He got to work with both Murata and with Boichi, who are two of my favourite artists. And to be honest, he's one of my favourite story writers too. So yeah, I really do like Ice Shield 21, and I think it is a real treat. It's just not readily available. It's not on any of the English services like Manga Plus or the Shonen Jump app or the Viz Media website. And it's what is available online, it's a little bit scuffed. The scans are scuffed, the translations are a little bit scuffed. It's not great, but I love this series, and I have to summon. I have to. It's my boy. Look at him, shining. And if you want to talk about, you know, what these units do, I will do a separate video going over these units and telling you who may be the best units to summon for. But we'll leave that for today because this video is already pretty long. Finally, in terms of gacha, in terms of new gacha units, we have the boost gacha. This is going to help you get those items we talked about before, the Santas, the fists, and the soba noodles. And this includes a new character, Akira Toya from Hikaru no Go. Very cool to see him added. He's definitely one of the glaring omissions from Jumputi Heroes, a character that should have been added a long time ago, still had not been added. Well, here he is. And I can't really recommend you summon for him because this is the final standard gacha unit of 2021, and all the characters that are from standard gacha 2021 will be included in the pool updates in, well, like start of February, mid-February. And what that means is all of the standard gacha heroes from 2021 will be summonable on all standard banners. So standard gacha banners, limited banners, Muso banners, reprint banners. They'll be available on all of those now. And all the like special tickets that we get, like the gold tickets, the 5-star tickets, the multi tickets, they'll be available from all of those as well. And that includes any of those tickets you have saved up now. So the tickets you get in this event, the 19 million downloads event tickets, those won't update. But any like multi tickets, any other standard tickets you have, those will update, and you'll be able to get these characters from those. So I can't really recommend you summon for him because he is going to be very readily available next year. And even if you can't get him from tickets and you can't get him from like standard gacha and stuff, you just don't have the luck. By the time like July, I think it's June, July rolls around, they're going to update the choice tickets and you'll be able to choose him from a choice ticket. So not really recommended. They have given us 4 very nice featured units because they are all from 2021. And there's some pretty cool characters in there, but I cannot back people summoning for this. Bear in mind, he will be available from the choice ticket starting from like, I think it's June or July, I'm not sure. But if you look at any characters that come out in the New Year's event in the standard gacha, or come out in the Naruto event in the standard gacha, they will not be available from the choice ticket for another year and a half. Because you'll have to wait not until summer, but until the summer of the following year. So with those characters, it's a little bit more understandable if you feel like you want to go for them. But for him, I don't think it's justifiable to summon for him this close to the pool update. But still very cool. Then we have some battle ready well, there's a few, but I think this is the only one on this side of the updates. We have the battle ready gacha for the Naruto Uzumaki stage. I love these banners in terms of the way they bring characters together on the banner that you'd never see together. Very cool to see a character like Hibari standing next to Isshin Shiba. Very, very cool. Never summon on these. Please never summon on these. They are terrible, terrible gacha. If you're missing key units to beat a stage, just wait until it comes back. You probably will have pulled the units you need by that point. And if not, just wait till it comes back again. Like, you're not really missing out on much. You're just missing out on an aura costume. And, like, it's cool. It's a cool gacha. Just don't summon on it. We also have the 90 million download superhero gacha. Don't summon on this either. I know it's got a triple 5-star rate. And it gives you a guaranteed 5-star every 3 multis, and it resets every 12 hours, and it has 2021 units on. But for all the reasons I mentioned here for Akira, you have to remember that all these units are going to be readily available next year, so don't do it. Don't summon on this gacha. We have the guaranteed 5-star gacha. I would say this, if you have to, if you feel like you have to summon on one of these gacha, this one is at least better value than this one, because if you go to the 3rd multi, you're guaranteed a 2021 unit, which is not the case on this gacha. So if you feel like you must, this would be the gacha to go for. It's possible that they've changed the steps on this gacha because they haven't officially announced it. So I don't know if it's necessarily going to be guaranteed 2021 on the third multi, but it should be because that's how it normally is. So just keep an eye out for when they update that. But I personally wouldn't summon on any of these. I wouldn't summon on any of these. Then we have the second Jumputi selection gacha, which we've talked about a little bit before. The tickets in any case. This is the actual gacha you can summon on with rubies. There are 8 featured limited units here. And if you summon to the 7th multi, which is 6,250 rubies, you will get one of them guaranteed. I would say with this gacha, these are 8 very good limited units. Very popular limited units, and if you feel the need to summon, it is not a bad gacha to summon on. Again, as I mentioned before, if you don't have enough to go to the 7th multi, you should really not be looking to go past the 1st multi, but if you have to, absolutely shouldn't be going past the 3rd multi. If you cannot get to 7, there's no point going to 6. However, I would not recommend summoning on this gacha if you have even one of these units. So if you're just going to do the 500, it doesn't matter that much. But if you're thinking about going to the 7th multi, then if you have even one of these, let's say you have Rengoku, you might be able to get all these other 7, or you might go 7 multis and the only limited you get is Rengoku dupe. And it's not worth it. So only go all the way if you have none of them. That's my personal recommendation. Then we have sales packs. The 90 million downloads dual pack. Very standard pack. This is only for the whales. Don't buy it. Then we have the 90 million downloads super sale pack. This is not bad value for money. 980 yen for 1,000 rubies is not that bad. And if you're like 1,000 rubies short of getting a guaranteed limit or whatever, might be the way to go. This is one of the better sales packs. I will say, however, we do typically get quite a good sale pack for New Year, so it might be worth just getting whatever comes out of New Year. But if you just want 1,000 rubies, 980 yen, it's not bad. It's not bad. The Skill Up weekly sale pack. This is again for whales. Do not buy this. You can buy this 3 times a week. As far as value for money, it's not the most horrific pack, but it's not good, so I wouldn't recommend it. Then we have the 90 million downloads choice ticket. Again, do not buy this. The pool is going to be updating soon. You don't need a choice ticket to select these characters. If you want to select them, you just gotta wait till summer, and you can just choose one. So just don't do it. And then the other stuff, which has sort of unconfirmed dates and whatever. We have the other defeat gacha for Fumino Furuhashi. Again, very cool to see these characters together. And again, don't summon on this. Don't summon on this. Same with this one. Don't summon on this. This is the 980 pack. It has come back again. I think they've decided this is their very cool pack for this year. We might even get another one once the... Oh, no, this one is for New Year. So this one is for New Year. 980 yen for 1,000 rubies. Again, it's not bad. It's not bad. The Crespa Super Sale Pack. You can see when I talk about value for money, 980 yen for 1,000 rubies, 3,680 yen for 1,500. So if you bought 2 of these and you got 2,000 rubies, it would cost you half of this pack. Obviously, you can only buy this one once, but it does come up twice because it comes up earlier up here. So, like I said, value for money, it is better than a lot of the other sales going on. I probably wouldn't buy this one. This one, if you need like a large quantity of rubies, this is probably as good as you're going to get. 4,100 rubies for 10,000 yen. But I still would say this is probably not worth buying unless you're a mega whale. This pack, don't buy it. It's very cool to get a ticket full of 5-star units, but 2,940 yen, it's not worth it. You're going to get these units from the standard gacha next year. Selection ticket pack. So as I mentioned before, you can buy these tickets. I do believe each one only gives you a 5-star unit. 980 yen. Assuming it only gives you a 5-star unit and the rates for the limiteds aren't cracked as hell, this isn't worth it. But we might have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't think this is worth it. I don't think this is going to be worth it. So probably don't buy it. Then we have the Hero Character Limit Break Mega Pack. Don't buy this, it's only for whales. We have the New Year Bamboo Pack. Do not buy this, it's only for whales. I know it could be tempting because these Muso doors are very hard to come by, but you shouldn't be spending money on them. Just full stop, you should not be spending money on them. The Jumputi New Year Pack Plum Edition. Do not buy this, it is not worth it. Then we have the Nisekoi Heroines returning. Don't summon on this. I'm sorry. Even if you're the biggest Nisekoi fan, these characters are available from the choice ticket now. So there's no reason for you to summon on this whatsoever. I assume this means that this event will be coming back. So that's probably going to be another one of those things where they do the farmables to fill in the gaps where the event feels a little bit dead. I think the We Never Learn event is coming back, and I think this event is coming back. So that's going to be padding for this event leading up to the new year. But you don't need it. You don't need to summon for them. You just don't. And another thing they're using as padding is they are returning Super Genkai Battle Meruem and also Standard Genkai Battle Meruem. This is a little bit interesting because it's been a long time since it's been reprinted, and it kind of felt like they'd just given up on Super Genkai Battle because people weren't really feeling it. But they brought him back, so that's cool. As for this gacha, don't summon on this, please. I know it's kind of cool to have like a featured limited on the Knife Multi with additional limiteds on the side that you could summon. You could get lucky. And Crollo is a very cool character, but this is very old, so I really can't recommend summoning on this. Even though there's some pretty decent units, some pretty strong units, and it could be quite tempting because Crollo has copy. He's the only blue copy unit, but it's just not worth it. Do you know how often I use Crollo's copy ability? Basically never. Like, you can use it, you definitely can get some utility out of it. I just personally think this is sort of a waste of rubies. It's going to be 9 multis as well, not 7. So, well, I say it's 9 multis, it might be 7. Maybe you'll get lucky and it's 7. If it's 7, maybe consider it. But I think it's going to be 9. Then we have the Defeat Gacha for both Standard Meruem and Super Genkai Battle Meruem. Some cool characters available on both of these, but just don't do it. Don't summon on these. And then Super Vegito returning. Now, I am hoping that for New Year, they are going to absolutely crank up the amount of rubies they are giving out, because one of the big complaints that we have had this year, and it is rare you see this player base like going mad. I'm talking more so about on Twitter, the Japanese players. You'll see English players complaining all the time, but the Japanese players, when it leaked that there was going to be a Muso character in the Black Friday banner, they went crazy. They were so pissed off. And I think part of it is like they were worried about the guarantees. There was a few things they were worried about, but I think the main thing was they felt like older players were being cheated in some way by releasing this new banner that gave you guaranteed limiteds and whatever. I don't really know, but I will say we've got Super Vegito returning, and I really don't think it is. I don't want to say this because it sounds stupid. It's not very ethical to reprint Muso banners and not give a decent amount of rubies to players, because people cannot expect this Muso banner to get reprinted here because you told them that there's only 2 Muso a year, and the assumption is that when a year has passed and you're getting a new Muso character, you would reprint the old Muso character, because that's what they did for the 3.5 anniversary. They released Giotto, but they reprinted Hashirama Senju. So we make that assumption. You can't just be thinking, oh, for New Year they'll release Vegito and then save up enough rubies to do 32 multis. No one's doing that, and the sale packs they've released so far are not good enough to justify it. So I'm hoping that means we're going to be getting a substantial amount of rubies. I'm guessing this is going to, it says like for the year end, so I think possibly for New Year maybe he'll be running through the New Year event. He'll be one of the characters available, and I'm hoping they give us a ton of rubies for that. Another thing about the New Year event, because I don't think there's this as well coming out, the 98 limited gacha coming out for New Year. This is probably not going to be worth summoning on either, but worth mentioning. We don't know the steps for this just yet though. For New Year, it is currently expected that we will get 9 new characters, and normally we wouldn't be expecting that. However, New Year will be 20 million downloads, which is a bigger milestone than 19 million. Not just numerically, but also like it's a bigger deal to get to. I don't know. I mean, it's not really a bigger deal, but it's always been a thing that like when you hit like a 10 number or a 5 number, it feels bigger than going up by an increment of 1. It feels a lot more important. So it should be a bigger event. It's for New Year, which is always better in terms of rewards and in terms of more popular characters being released. And you know, we already see the Vegito reprint, so that's one part of it. But during this New Year event, we are expecting to see Jumputi Heroes unit number 1000. If we get 9 new characters during the New Year event, one of them will be unit number 1000. So pretty incredible that we've got to this milestone. I don't know who it's going to be. A lot of people have their theories. Maybe I should talk about it in another video. I don't know. But just putting it out there, if you're a little bit torn on who you should summon for during Christmas, there could potentially be a huge event for New Year. I am praying that they are super generous with the rubies during that event, because I feel like they have given out some decent rewards during this event, some rubies, but the main focus has been the tickets. It's really felt like the tickets is what they've been pushing. And I'm wondering if part of that is like, we want to bring new players in, and new players are going to really appreciate the tickets, and they're going to feel like they can constantly keep summoning, and that's going to keep them on until New Year, and then we drop the bomb on New Year, something absolutely crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm praying that they're super generous, but just bear in mind that something crazy could drop for New Year, and there's no guarantee they're going to give us enough rubies to summon on it, like with this Super Vegito. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff coming up. And the final thing to talk about is the Taiwan server getting its 2.5 anniversary celebration. And it does appear that it's going to be a Saint Seiya event. It does, possibly a feature festival. Possibly Saint Seiya will just play some part in it. I don't know. I think based on that background, it's probably going to be a full Saint Seiya event. And I'm really hoping they do it justice, because the Taiwan server, it has a tendency to have its own special exclusive event, and it half-asses it. And it will release like 2 new limited units and 2 new farmables, and that's it. Or 1 new limited, 1 new farmable, and that's it. Like they've made a habit of it, you know? Over the years, the amount of times we thought, oh, they're going to get a nice quick exclusive event, and then it weren't really that. But one of the times they did do it right was the Saint Seiya Feature Festival. I think they did a really good job with that. I think most people were pretty happy with that. So maybe for this Saint Seiya Feature Festival, which I guess would be their 3rd one, I don't know how they've lined it all up, but I think it'll be their 3rd one. I'm really hoping that this is a proper, fully fleshed out feature festival. Treat the Taiwan fans. And we only know one of the characters so far, which is Aquarius Cloth Hyoga. Very cool addition. If you're a Saint Seiya fan, you will know the possible ramifications of which other characters we may see based on seeing him there. But what else are we going to get? We will just have to wait and see. That should be announced, I think, Thursday or Friday. So look forward to that. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do want to support the website, you can support us on Ko-fi. Link is in the news post, or I will link it in the description as well. It does help out quite a lot with the server fees and stuff, so any help is appreciated. And we'll finish this video here, and we'll be back with more videos soon enough. I got a few things planned. For the next week or so. So yeah, look forward to those, and I will see you guys. Oh, I was just about to do my outro, but wait a moment, because up next I will have the summons I recorded on my special tickets and on the Sasuke banner, so don't go anywhere. And let's do these tickets. I've got these 2 choice tickets here for Kimetsu no Yaiba and Naruto. I was a bit annoyed about the Naruto one, because the one unit they didn't include was the new Gaara, and that was like the one unit I'm missing. So this ticket's not very good for me. And then you've got this ticket. I obviously have all of these. You know what? Let's just use these, because I might as well. Is Nezuko max skill? Am I making a mistake there? Let's go heroes, and then Kimetsu no Yaiba. Nezuko, are you max skill? And I haven't leveled you up. No, you're 1 off! Perfection! And let's quickly check Naruto. I think I'm going to do Kakashi. Not Naruto. Kakashi's level 6. Tsunade, I never leveled up because I haven't used her yet. What did Kakashi do again? Damage plus fixed damage AoE. Oh, maybe I'll go with Tsunade instead. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tsunade instead. But yeah, so I mean that's still nice. That's still 2 nice dupes. And then we've got our super special awesome ticket, which I don't know who's on it. I don't know who's on it, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But we'll definitely go for Nezuko, because why not? There she is. And then we'll go again. And it was nice they gave these tickets out. I know a lot of people that were missing Tsunade and Kakashi at least, so that's pretty cool. I really did want that Gaara, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. It's a freebie. And okay, so here's the fun part. The part that could be very disappointing. The part that takes it from, oh, this is a fun experiment, to, oh no. We have the 2 6 stars, which we'll do first, and this has a chance to have 2021 units on it. So I'm really hoping I get one of the ones I'm missing. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head that I really want. I can't. I know there are some missing that I really want, but I can't think of them right now. So we'll just see. We'll just see what we get. Heihachi Edajima is a dupe. Not a bad dupe. It says new. It's definitely not new. And we got the gacha version of Kanao, which is one of my favourite units, and she's actually got some limit break on it. But one of my favourite characters, I should say. Her unit's not as good as I'd like it to be, but, you know, still nice, still nice. Bear in mind, it will pop up saying new. Might not actually be new. For me, both of those said new. I already have both of them and at 6 star, so don't know what that's about. And then, finally, the super special awesome ticket with all kinds of limiteds up for grabs. The first unit will be limited, the rest will just be dupes. Maybe we can get some good dupes, I don't know, but we're more concerned about the limited. That is definitely new. That is 100% new. That is a 2021 unit. Okay. So I guess there are 2021 units in here. We got the KCM Naruto. KCM 2 or KCM 2 Naruto, I think. Very nice. A dupe for Majima-kun, a dupe for version 1 Yamamoto. Version 2 wouldn't be in here, I suppose. Dupe for Orale. I mean, they're all going to be dupes. Don't care about Trunks. Oh, Kijin. Not bad, not bad. Keiji. Not bad. Mashido. Oh, you see, it's sad seeing Mashido now, because I know what your art could look like, what your sprite could look like. Okay, to go alongside those ticket summons, which you should have just seen if I've edited this correctly, I'm going to just do cheeky 25 and 500 on Sasuke. I don't normally recommend doing so, but I got a few extra rubies this time. I'm going to have enough for by the time Senna gets a So might as well. Cheeky little 500. It's not doing too much harm. I'm not even really expecting to get a 5-star here, but if we do, happy days. If we don't, an abrupt end to the video, I suppose. But let's have a look. It's gone gold. Can it go rainbow? It can. It can. Is it possible to get more than one? It's not. But okay. So that is the last unit. And we got Sakura. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? I don't think it means anything at all, but I'm going to say it's a good omen. It's a good omen. Oh, another good omen. Another good omen. Come on, Sasuke. We pulled your wife twice. Twice. Surely you have to be in this final slot of the multi. I beg. I can't remember if it's the next one. Is it the next one? Oh, no. Another pink-haired girl. We got Momo, but not what we were looking for. Not a bad dupe, I suppose. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in videos that I'm sure I will have lined up for you over the next few days. See you then.